Hey everyone, welcome back to the TSP channel. My name is Kevin Showalter, again bringing you a weekly preview of all of the top games for this weekend in college and NFL, everything you need to know before watching some football games. If you love football, stick around, hit that subscribe button, and again, as always, thanks for supporting the channel. All right, let's dive right in. First up, we have number 7 Indiana traveling across country to play number 3 Oregon. Really excited for this game. I think it's the game of the week in college. Both teams are contenders in the Big Ten and the college football playoff. I think this game goes a long way in deciding who is a true contender and who is not. Can Cincinnati take his team on the road and win this massive game? 69.5% chance for Oregon to win. It's a little higher than I thought it would be for two top 10 teams, but Oregon has looked really good so far this season. Dante Moore, Dan Lanning, they are primed for making a run. I'm picking the Ducks to keep it rolling this week. Game number 2, we have number 8 Alabama against number 14 Missouri. Florida State woke a sleeping giant in week 1, and this Alabama team has looked a completely different animal since then. Ty Simpson is playing on another level, and there's skill players all around. Perbula, Hardy, and Coleman might be the best trio of quarterback, running back, and wide receiver in the country. That being said, Alabama has some pretty good skill players on their side as well. I heard it yesterday that Missouri is the only team in the country with a top 4 offense and defense. That being said, when you look at their schedule, they haven't really had a test. Let's just say this Alabama team is definitely going to put the pressure on that offense and that defense. Vegas opened at 5.5 points, but now is down to 2.5 on the spread. I wouldn't be shocked if Missouri pulls out the upset, but either way, I think Bama gets the win and keeps their momentum going this season. Game number 3, we have Ohio State against number 17 Illinois. This game is in Champaign. I can't wait. The Ohio State defense looks unstoppable this season. Can Luke Altmaier and company score enough points to stay competitive in this game? We're about to find out. ESPN gives Ohio State an 82.3% chance of winning this game, which is wild for a top 25 matchup. You would think they were playing Grambling or Tennessee Tech. Illinois is 21-3 the past 4 seasons at home. That being said, it will not be enough this weekend. Sayin and Smith keep it going, and the Buckeyes get a win. Game number 4, we have number 6 Oklahoma against Texas. This is the Red River rivalry. What could have been on this one? We could have had prime Mateer versus preseason hype art. That being said, we get a Sooner backup quarterback, and Texas starter should probably be their backup. Sooners have a talented roster. We're going to find out how good Hawkins Jr. is in year 2 against a really good Texas defense. It's crazy to me that Texas has a 60.9% chance of winning this game with how bad that they have looked. Honestly, I'm not sure who wins this game. I'm not sure if Sark should bench Arch Manning. I just avoid any bets on this one all around. All right, let's move over to the NFL. Again, if you love football, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave us a comment, and share it with a friend. Game number 1, we have the Seahawks versus the Jaguars. Jaguars are riding high after a big win against the Chiefs on Monday night. Trevor Lawrence with the worst game-winning play, I think, in NFL history. Liam Cohen said after the game, it's not pretty, but the Jags keep winning. I'd have to agree with him. There's nothing spectacular that they're doing, but they're 4-1, so you can't complain. Seahawks had a heartbreaking loss to the Buccaneers at home last week. I happened to be at that game. It was electric. Darnold has been a slam dunk fit for the Seahawks team and their offense. They look every bit of a team that's going to make the playoffs this year. ESPN gives the Jags a 50.3% chance to win at home. The spread is 1.5. Again, this is a toss-up. Vegas and ESPN agrees. The 10 a.m. early game slot for a West Coast team is always tricky, but I think the Seahawks get the win on the road in Duval and right the ship. Game number 2 in the NFL, we have the Bengals versus the Packers. Joe Flacco in 2025 is a starting quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals. Who would have thought it? I would have preferred Jameis with this offense, but I think Joe's going to be able to move the ball. And I like that since he made this move saying, you know what, we're not going to just punt on the year. We're going to try and sneak into the playoffs for Joe Burrow to come back. That being said, Packers coming off a bye, playing at home with an 80.9% chance of winning this game. I think the Packers win, spoil Flacco's debut. But I wouldn't be shocked if Cincinnati plays some inspired football behind their new quarterback. Also, Bengals definitely cover the 14.5 points. You heard it here first. Game 3 in the NFL, we got the 49ers at Tampa Bay this week. It's simple. When CMC is healthy, the 49ers rarely lose. I've been saying that for weeks now, and it's just a fact. Does it really matter who the quarterback is in San Francisco? I kind of say no. Brock Purdy is clearly their starter, but there's very little drop-off with Mac Jones. The Buccaneers, though, are a very good team, and they're not even healthy yet. Their O-line is still getting healthy. Mike Evans has been out. This team is a dark horse for a Super Bowl this year. ESPN and Vegas both see this game as a toss-up, and I happen to agree. It's going to be an awesome matchup between two division leaders, and I can't wait to watch this one. I will say I think San Francisco needs this win more in a tough division. I think they squeak out a win in Tampa Bay. That being said, Baker Mayfield might mess around and win MVP this year. All right, game 4 in the NFL, we have the Lions at the Chiefs. I think preseason we would have thought both teams would be undefeated going into this game. This is the game of the week in the NFL. It should be a great game. Both teams have had some ups and downs, but I expect the best from both teams. I'm really shocked that the Chiefs aren't a home dog for the third time in one season. Would have been crazy. They are favored by 2.5. It's crazy to think about the reaction after week 1 to the Detroit Lions about how they were done. They were cooked. Dan Campbell was not a good coach. Newsflash, Dan Campbell is a great coach, and this team is still loaded. ESPN gives the Chiefs a 55.2% chance to win at home. It really comes down to the Lions offense versus the Chiefs defense for me. If the Lions offense is rolling, I think they win. However, I think we see a locked-in Mahomes and Chiefs win a thriller in this one. All right, 5th and final game in the NFL. We've got a rematch from last year, Bears at Commanders. You might remember this one as the game that derailed the Bears season. It was the Hail Mary heard around the world. Crazy finish to that game, and then the wheels completely fell off the bus. The Commanders went on to the NFC Championship. I wonder how things would have played out had the Commanders lost this game. The Bears are still the Bears. Simply, they're inconsistent. The Commanders are 3-2. They're not quite living up to the preseason hype, but Jaden Daniels just got back healthy, and they have all the makings of a playoff team. Bears are motivated to right the ship after last year being a 4-point dog on Monday Night Football. I think Caleb Williams and company comes out and plays a pretty good game and gets the win. If you haven't already, make sure to like this video, hit that subscribe button. Again, thank you for supporting our channel. Check in next week for more previews of all of the top college and NFL games for the upcoming weekend.